Hey there! I want to do something a little bit different in this video. This is going to be a bit of a product review, but also hopefully a guide to kind of help you look for this type of product. And the product I'm talking about is the Benro MePhoto Road Trip Pro travel tripod. This is something I just got like last week, so I thought I would just give it a quick overview and also show you what I'm looking for when I was selecting a travel tripod, and maybe that'll help you with if you're somebody who's in the market for a tripod, and you know, just in general, maybe it'll help you with some ideas of what to look for in tripods when you're choosing a tripod. There's so many out there, and there's so many great options these days. So, but anyway, it comes in this handy dandy little case, which I will definitely be using. Very nice. And when I pull it out, you can see how compact this thing is. I think 15.2 inches is the specs on the size of this folded. So really compact, would be easy to throw into a carry-on bag, backpack, camera bag. It's really nice and portable size. So that's something I was definitely looking for in a travel tripod. And part of what makes that possible is the reverse folding legs. So again, that's a feature that's pretty widely available these days, but look, you know, if a travel tripod is something you're looking for, that is a really nice feature because it helps allow the tripod to fold up so much smaller. And then also the integrated ball head. You know, tripods, travel tripods, especially with an integrated head, that head is usually designed, or small enough at least, so that when you fold up the legs like that, it can all be folded together really compactly and really maximize that feature. And so that really works well in this tripod as well. Okay, let's take a closer look at the ball head that comes with this tripod. It's got a locking lever for the pan movement, and some you know, markings along the side there, numbers to if you're wanting to get more precise on your panning. That's a handy thing. Now here's the locking lever for the ball head itself, and it has a nice tension to me. It has it moves easily, but it's not too loose, so you know, you can see it's not flopping around there. And if I tighten it up just a little bit, I can get, if I want more tension in that, it seems to have a lot of control with that. So that's something I really like. And then when I lock it down all the way, it feels nice and solid to my hand. I don't think it's really going to go anywhere. I believe this tripod is rated for a little over 17 pounds. I think it was 17.5 pounds. So it's going to handle any of the equipment that I'm likely to throw at it. Now, another feature of this tripod head, of course, is the quick release plate. It's a standard Arca Swiss, so that's something to look for. Make sure you get a tripod head that takes standard Arca Swiss plates. That way I can switch it out. I can pull off this plate. The L bracket that's already on my DSLR fits right in there. Some tripod manufacturers have their own proprietary tripod heads with, you know, the plates are shaped specifically for their tripods, and I have always found that to be, it creates a unnecessary expense, especially when I've already got a bunch of plates that I own, both for the camera and my 300mm lens and you know, other cameras. So I've already got a bunch of these plates around. I don't want to have to buy more that are specific just for a tripod head. So that's something to watch for. One of the things I really like about this particular tripod head is it's got two little levers that'll flip up, and now it becomes a smartphone holder. So when it's time for me to shoot video or something with my smartphone, and it's got also the locking, you know, the Arca Swiss built into that side of the plate as well, so I can turn it vertically, and now it's my smartphone holder. I can shoot video with that. I can shoot stills with that. It's just a nice handy feature for me, especially now that I'm doing more of these YouTube videos. That's really going to come in handy. So that was a big selling feature for me. I love that versatility. pop this back on here. Now this tripod head also does come with a bubble level on top, which is a great addition, although one curious thing about it for me is the placement. So if I put my camera on here, lock it down, now I'm covering up the bubble level, or it's at least very hard to see. So I would love to see one also along the side of the head somewhere. I think that would be just a nice addition with this. But one of the features I really do like with this tripod head, so I can level it up here, use the bubble level. Okay, now with the head level, flip this little lever here, and that will allow the head to pan just the top of the head itself. The ball is not moving at all, the base is not moving at all, just this top plate. So it stays nice and level, once I've leveled it up with the bubble. So my panoramas will be able to stitch together so much better when they're level, when the camera's level. There's just a lot less waste in that final crop. So that's a really nice little feature that I anticipate using. So it seems to lock down well and hold it pretty solid. So anyway, there's a closer look at the ball head that comes with this tripod. Now here's a bit closer look at the locking levers here. Like I'd mentioned before, to fold up, it's got the reverse folding legs, which is really nice for compactness. And then the levers, as you pull them down and up, they don't click into place. They stay fluid, which is nice in a way, and then you got to push in on that button to lock them into place. And they've got 3 different positions, so that's something I always look for in a tripod. So if I'm working out in the field and say 2 of my legs are on level ground, but one's got to be up on a rock or something that's behind me, it's great to be able to have those different positions. Or if you want to get the tripod really low to the ground, that's also a really nice feature to look for. So the 3 position legs is something I definitely always look for. These I like pretty well. I mean, they feel really solid. They lock into place well. I tend to like the style that I've got on my Saray tripod, that I just push my thumb in on the back of it, it springs it open, and then I can click it to different positions, and then when I open it back up, it just kind of automatically clicks into place. This one you have to push in that little lever and pull it out and push it in at the next one. So it feels a little bit clunkier, a little bit slower. Not a deal killer for me though. Still really nice solid leg locks on this. Okay, back to the tripod here. So I want to go over some of the main features of this tripod and some of the things that I was looking for and that really drew me to this tripod. So as a tripod itself, it is a reasonably solid little travel tripod. You're going to be making some compromises with a travel tripod. So if you need to really choose what kind of shooting you're wanting to do and what you're really needing in a tripod. So a travel tripod does have some compromises. One of those is leg length. Now with this one, it's got a 5-section leg. So you can tell that by the four twist locks. The compromise with that is that last leg section starts getting really tiny. You can see how thin that is. That's not me quite as stable, so that's going to be one of the challenges of a travel tripod, and also the 5-section leg in general. If you want a larger, more stable tripod, go with the 4-section leg, so we'll have 3 locking. But I decided with this one it was worth it because that allows for, in general, a 5-section leg is going to be able to compact much smaller, and that's part of what helps give this its really small folded size. So, being that this was a travel tripod for me, I opted to go with that. But just be aware that that's a compromise that travel tripods make in general. Not a dig on this one by any means, it's just physics and how it works. So, the one thing I do like with these legs being so small and all these twist locks so close together, I can turn them all with one hand, and I don't have particularly large hands by any means, so that's a nice feature for me, and it really allows me to deploy the legs pretty quickly. Now, this tripod has twist locks, which I personally like a lot. Some people like the flip levers, and that's another option you see a lot on tripods. The thing I don't tend to like as much about the twist locks is they will loosen over time, and a lot of tripods come with a little wrench that will help you tighten those back up. The ones I've had in the past, I've had to do that, and I just find that to be a little bit more high maintenance, although they can be much faster to deploy. Although this one, like you can see, is not too bad. It's pretty quick. It's not a main issue for me when I'm out working in the field, usually at least with my main tripod, because often I've got my camera mounted on the tripod and it's just slung over my shoulder and I'm walking around. So when I see something, I just deploy the legs and I'm ready to go. They're already extended, so it's quick and easy. But if extending the legs quickly is something that's important to you, the flip locks might be something to look at. The next thing I want to show with this tripod, okay, so here it is with the legs fully extended. The center column is down all the way, so it's not extended at all. But so I'm 5'8". It comes about mid-torso level for me. So it's that compactness means that it's a fairly low tripod. So if I wanted to use it without the center column extended, I'm going to be bending down quite a bit. So really, to make it a usable height, the center column has to be extended. So that's another compromise with this travel tripod, that in any tripod, the more you extend that center column, the less stable it is, because now you've got a monopod on tripod legs, and it's just not as stable of a base. If you're going for a full-size tripod, or compactness isn't a main feature you're looking for, you'll want something where the legs come all the way up. You can use it without a center column and still have it as a good working height. But this one for me, with the center columns extended, again, I'm 5'8". You put a camera on top of there, it's a good height. So it's a nice working height for me. But if you're a taller person, you might want to take that into consideration, because this isn't a particularly tall tripod. So another bit of a compromise made with this travel tripod. So those are a couple of things to kind of watch for in travel tripods. But for me, I think it's going to fit my needs well in a variety of ways, and I'll show you some of those features. So here we are with it fully deployed. And then another option I have to use it, like I'd mentioned, the monopod. One of the legs screws off, and now it will become a monopod. So with that leg removed, I can remove this piece for the center column, and I'll show you this in just a moment. That's a really cool little feature. Pull the center column out, and I can screw that back onto this leg that I just removed, and now I've got a nice monopod. So if you're shooting sports, action, fast moving, you'll see guys on the sidelines of NFL games. They are a lot of times using monopods. Could be handy for wildlife, anything like that where you need a little more mobility than with a standard tripod. Monopods are an option for that. Not something that I use a lot in my landscape work. Again, the stability issue, it's giving you a little help, but not nearly as stable as a tripod. But that option is there, and this is a pretty nice monopod. In fact, it goes taller than the tripod itself, just because without the legs extended, it's a bit taller. So that monopod is one nice feature there, and then I'm going to collapse this back down and show you one of the other features that I really like. So as we looked at before, this head, the quick release head, flips up to become a smartphone holder. Now, I've started doing YouTube videos, so this is a feature that's now important to me, is having a way to film myself. So a selfie stick. So now with this smartphone holder, put that in. Now I've got a really nice selfie stick. So when I'm out in the field, I'm videoing myself for these for the videos where I take you out shooting with me. This will be a way I can film myself. So a really nice selfie stick built right into this tripod. And then I'm going to unscrew the leg here. So I'm just working with just the center column here. Now remember that piece I pulled out earlier? That's actually a little compact set of 3 legs. That screws right back in. And now I've got a tabletop tripod. So now a tabletop tripod that I can use. You know, if I'm at my desk and I want to film a video for you guys, this is going to be something really handy for me. I've got a nice, you know, just a nice height range for that. With the remaining part of that center column, you know, I can raise that up and down. So really makes a nice little tabletop stand. And then if I unscrew that, unscrew these legs once again, I have an even smaller ground level, low level tabletop, or out in the field doing macro shots, videos with that. So I've got that piece as well. So there's another option with this tripod. So there is a bunch of different options of how you can configure this tripod and things you can use for it. So that saves me buying any of those other things individually. You know, the selfie stick, the tabletop tripod, the short tabletop tripod. I've got all those options right there in this one tripod. It can hold my smartphone, it can hold my DSLR. So all of those features really combined, especially now that I'm starting to do videos like this, really made this tripod a slam dunk for me. So take a look at it. It's the Road Trip Pro from Benro. I got it in Pacific Blue because I like the cool color, but it also comes in black, comes in silver. When I bought it at B&H, it was $149 for the aluminum version, and that's what I got. It also comes in a carbon fiber version, which the normal price on that is $299. So I was able to get this aluminum version for basically half the price, and so for me, that's what really sealed the deal with that. Generally, I like carbon fiber tripods. They're lighter. They don't transfer vibration as much as an aluminum tripod. So there is compromises again with that, with my choice for the aluminum. But overall, I would say I'm happy with this choice. And I'm going to screw this back in and show you one more feature. Okay, here we have it all back together. And the next feature I want to show you, so in the carrying case, one of the reasons I want to keep this carrying case around, there's a little side pouch, and that's where we have the hook. So, especially with a lightweight tripod like this, I would not buy one that did not have a hook for the center column. And what that hook provides, for those of you who don't know, now you can, in this case, I can screw that hook in. I've got a hook there on the bottom that I can hang my camera bag, I can hang a sandbag or any kind of weighted object that'll hang on that hook. And now I've added all that weight and stability to this tripod, which is it's already a fairly lightweight, small tripod, so that extra weight can really help make it more stable. So I look for that in any tripod I buy, but especially a small, lightweight one like this. So anyway, there you have it. It's the Road Trip Pro from Benro. This is the aluminum version. look for it on B&H. There's a link down below. And if the sale's still going on, you can nab that at a great price. And I hope this has been valuable for you, and I'll see you around next time. If you're interested in learning more about photography, be sure to head on over to my website, caseychinphotography.com, and look under the Workshops tab. I've got links for online workshops, intermediate and advanced workshops, in-person workshops, and also a workshop interest questionnaire. Let me know what you're interested in learning more about. And when you enroll in one of my workshops, you'll also have access to my Facebook group, Casey Chin Photography Workshops. This Facebook group is designed for participants in my workshops. It's a place where you can share your images, get feedback from myself and others, and build community with other people who are passionate about and interested in photography.